All right, Lawrence and Steve, we'll start up here with Paulicap before Coach goes. He's at radio right now. So if you guys have any questions for Pauly, we'll knock this out right here. Pauly had 20 points, 20.6 rebounds in the loss to Marquette tonight. If anybody wants to start it up with questions, Lawrence.
All right, we'll go ahead and take questions. Lawrence, you want to go first? I'll unmute you.
Yeah, thank you. Pauly, could you talk about your kind of play down the stretch there? I think you scored like 11 of the team's 13 points late in the second half. What kind of got you going there towards the end of the game?
I guess I would just say, I found opportunities where I could score the ball, so I just tried to, get myself open and, do what I usually do. Does that answer your question?
Steve, next question, go.
Yeah, no, sorry, go ahead.
Hey, Pauly. In the second half there, other than yourself, the rest of the team kind of struggled shooting. What do you think they needed to do better to be able to come out of this game a winner?
I think rhythm is important. I think sharing the ball, being unselfish, getting everybody involved is what creates good offense. So I thought we didn't really do that well in the second half, and that's kind of what led to the result. So.
All right, Lawrence, go ahead. Next question.
Yeah, Pauly, obviously this was, senior night for you. Kind of, can you talk about, the moment, kind of the night and what it meant to you and all that?
Every game to me is just as important. I think just tonight, I just happened to, get opportunities, and I so happened to have a good game. So, like to answer your question, no game is any different. Senior night is special. Being here at DePaul was a great experience. Is a great experience. And, I enjoy playing here. So, so to answer your question, there's no difference with senior night and any other game.
Any other questions for Pauly? All right, I think we're good. Thanks, Pauly.
No problem, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate always. I'll see you.
As soon as you're ready, statement, and then take questions.
You ready?
Yep, you can go ahead.
As we close out the regular season, the same thing I kind of told the guys. I think, from start to finish, what they've been through physically and emotionally, getting to this point, is obviously not what anybody would want it, anybody would expect it. As I kept telling them, what we went through, just about everybody in America did, so we couldn't use that as an excuse by any stretch of the imagination. But from tonight, as a result of all of that, I thought for 30 plus minutes that we hung in there, in spite of whatever reason, and then the point guard Carton just kind of in the middle of the floor kind of started controlling things and making positive plays, either getting fouled or getting into the lane and scoring with his size or kicking out, to Elliott and guys like that. And so that second half of the second half is, I thought, a key element, and, for what happened during the game. And again, I think in the second half anyway, our offense wasn't as fluid as it needed to be, and as a result, didn't answer what was going on their end with enough positive possessions on our end.
Take our first question from Steve Newhouse. Go ahead, Steve.
Dave, I'd like to get your thoughts on Pauly's play tonight for senior day.
Yeoman's effort, and I was imploring our guys during timeouts because it seemed like he was battling, all those blue jerseys by himself on the backboard, and they were playing him one-on-one, and he was doing a really good job of getting the ball at the rim, offensive rebounding, and those things that makes him who he is. He's one of the hardest playing guys that have been around, one of the nicest people been around, but he doesn't stay nice when games and practice are. He's a competitor's competitor, and so when you do that, good things oftentimes can come your way. So I'm proud of what he did tonight, and quite frankly, what he's done all season long.
Next question from Lawrence Kramer. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Coach, I know this was senior night, but kind of looking forward to, next year and beyond. I know the NCAA has allowed seniors to return for another season. Do you know if any of those seniors are considering returning for another year?
We talked about that when it first came up, and I said, let's not even think or talk about it until it's in front of us. And so, we've got to right now. If you live in the present, we got to get some rest physically and some rest emotionally, and get everybody healthy. And when we get to that point, Lawrence, we'll have those critical conversations. But obviously not until then.
Another question from Lawrence. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Coach, with now the focus turning to the Big East tournament, anything specific you want to work on this next week before the first round matchup?
Just overall, one is physical health. If we could show up next week with all of our guys, that will be a step forward. And as a result of hopefully getting them healthy, we can, have some better continuity and more options. But I think the theme has been the same. Our defense, has been decent enough during the course of the season to allow us to be in a lot of games. Our offense and our ability to have to make shots at all three levels and not turn the ball over has to get better. And we've got to be, more ferocious on both backboards. If we do that, if we give ourselves a better chance to be successful, especially in a one-game situation.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, David.